typical milk drinking challenge. Like, he drank so much chocolate milk that he passed out and he had to go to the doctor. In fact, this has nothing to do with chocolate milk at all. So I get my lunch tray, right? And I sit down with my group of friends who will name them Brian and Ryan. Ryan and Brian, my dudes. Alright, so we'll have another friend that comes over for the sake of privacy. We'll call him Jahseh, okay? So Jahseh sits down and we had sausage biscuits that day. So he sits down, he has this thing of gravy and he's also got a spoon. I look over at him and ask, Jahseh, the hell are you doing? He's like, I'm getting gravy for my biscuit. And I'm like, okay. So I start eating my food and I look over and I just see him with the top of the biscuit off and I see him with a spoon of gravy. And I knew from then on there would be nothing but trouble. So he starts putting gravy on the biscuit, except he puts every single last drop of gravy on the biscuit. And then it just starts overflowing in his hands. I mean, there's gravy everywhere. There's probably even gravy going up his asshole right now, if we're being honest. He has no idea what to do. He can't eat it per se, because he couldn't do anything with his hands. You want to know why? Because it was full of gravy! So Brian calls one of the teachers over. We'll just call her Mrs. Stevens. Mrs. Stevens is one of the best teachers ever. I mean, she's awesome, honestly. And there's this other teacher helping her out. So Mrs. Stevens called the other teacher over, and she just thought it'd be easy, you know, just give him a napkin and be done with it. So she asks the other teacher to help, and she says to her, it seems as if Jahseh is having trouble with his meat. And we all just kind of laughed and giggled, but she turns right around and there's the principal. And she thought she was screwed because she just heard her say, it seems as if Jahseh is having a malfunction with his meat. The principal didn't seem to really care though. The principal turns to Jahseh and goes, why is there gravy on your biscuit? And he just replied, because I was going to eat gravy with my biscuit, bitch. Okay, well, he didn't really say that, but he was actually just sitting there not saying much, totally unintimidated by the principal. But the principal thought he was intimidating him, you know? Yeah, so Mrs. Stevens just kind of walks out of the cafeteria so nobody would question her about what she said about Jahseh's meat malfunction, and I'm pretty sure she didn't get any trouble for it, so we are good to go. And that's the story of mass gravy.